Oh, Rube, this game is amazing. Like, it's solely worth buying a 3DS for. Not to say that the 3DS isn't full of, like, great games in general, but, you know, this game is so good. It's so very good. Some cool Pokemon right off the bat. I'd prefer that people don't use, like, Mega Kangaskhan, because I think that's what that is. Because Mega Kangaskhan is currently banned by Smogon, and I do abide by Smogon rules, but I mean, I guess I'm only really care if people are bringing shit like Darkrai. I guess that's when I have to really draw the line. So, not a big deal, but it is something to keep in mind. It's mostly a preference. I won't strictly enforce it unless someone's bringing a team of all legendaries. That's when I gotta. That's when I gotta draw the line. Okay, this seems like a good team. I'm gonna roll with this. Moria, I can add you after this game, I guess. You just gotta remind me. Oh yeah, so basically, to answer your question about Wash Rotom, yeah, Chromo Chaos listed a pretty good set. Basically, you can run them. Usually, they'll be like a physically defensive set. So with your EVs invested in mostly HP and defense, with like a bold nature or something along those lines. I think bold's the nature that you want. That should be the one that lowers attack, raises defense. And yeah, usually a standard set would be something like Hydro Pump, Volt Switch. Those are like the two main moves that you basically gotta have, is Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, and then Will-O-Wisp. Those three, so good. And then your fourth move, you've got choices, right? And that depends on your held item. Like Trick, I find is an amazing fourth move to have, provided that you are choiced in some way, like you are choice scarfed or choice specs on your Wash Rotom as your held item. Then Trick is amazing for crippling things. Otherwise, Thunderbolt is a pretty good idea. Or you could run like Rest, and if your held item is like a Chesto or Lumberry. Why is Zygarde kind of a weak legendary? Cool Kid 50 asks. That's a good question. So basically, Zygarde's just kind of outclassed in a lot of regards. Not all legendaries tend to be very good. Well, I mean, they're all, for the most part, you know, they're all usable, but some of them are outclassed. I mean, for one, being a ground dragon type, you've got quite a bit of competition, right? There's Flygon, and then we got Garchomp sitting around. Garchomp just kind of does a better job in general than Zygarde. Zygarde's kind of weird. It's a physically defensive... Oh, sorry, not physically defensive. It's just a very defensive dragon type. And those don't tend to perform as well, because he does have like a 4x weakness to ice, so his ability to wall things is a little limited, especially with fairy types and whatnot. Holy crap, did I just kill that thing with a Volt Switch? From full to zero? Good lord. Milner doing work. Alright, I'm impressed. Wait, my teammate only brought 2 Pokemon. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's mostly that he is good, but he's not. Oh my god, that did so much. Zygarde is good. Don't get me wrong. Zygarde is underappreciated. I think Zygarde's way better than people say he is. But Zygarde is not disgustingly broken like all the cover legendaries are. Like, if the legendary is on the box art of a game, it's probably broken. The exception being like Kyurem Black. Like. Yeah. But otherwise, if it's on the box art, it's probably broken. You can safely assume that. So it's nice that Zygarde has a nice niche, I'd say, as a sort of defensive thing. I think people are still learning to use Zygarde. I think it's very, very strong with a coil, rest, sleep talk, and then like some sort of attacking move. And not 100% sure what I'd want as the attacking move. So you can't really run Dragon, because then that's the fairy types will wall ya. I can't run ground, so maybe like Crunch or something as your one attacking move. Either way, Zygarde I think is good. It's just underutilized, but it's not broken. Flame Charge, eh? That was a really smart switch. Predicting the Flamethrower, he went into his Kingdra, which resists it. Good move on his part. I would not run Flame Charge on Talonflame ever. Flare Blitz is pretty much mandatory. It's just a better move overall. I'm actually kind of curious to see what this Kingdra will do. Anyway. Okay, so this guy has Brave Bird, but he is Flame Charge. You really want to replace Flame Charge with Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz just does so much more damage, and Flame Charge in general isn't very good, especially on Talonflame, who really doesn't need to be faster. Okay, I know I can take a Dragon Pulse. It should be a 3-hit KO from this Gudra. From this Kingdra. I was going to Dragon Pulse him, but I thought he would perform some kind of crazy meta double switch, and he'd go back into his Mawile, which is Fairy type, which is immune to Dragon moves, so I was like, this is not worth it. I wanted to just kill the kill that Talonflame with the T-Bolt. I know I can do that, and just play it safe. I know this Kingdra is not much of a threat, at least not right now. But yeah, you guys want Flare Blitz, not Flame Charge. If you need good movesets for your stuff, feel free to ask me, or Smogon is a pretty good resource for that. But of course, we're still getting this particular metagame sorted out. I like how this is a 5v6 because my teammate only brought 2 guys, but it's okay because he's got Mega Kangaskhan, which he shouldn't really have. Yeah, Carusi is a cool team. Okay, that was smart of him. I was like, he's probably gonna go for a King's Shield because both of us are just gonna gang up on him. In retrospect, I probably should have just Dragon Pulsed the Kingdra. Whoa, dude, this guy's got a Tract? That's some meta stuff. Ooh, but going for the King's Shield here, the Will-O-Wisp does go through that. King's Shield only blocks damaging attacks, actually, so Will-O-Wisp will go right through that. Now we got 2 burn things in the enemy team. That, for guys who don't know, burn will half the attack of your opposing Pokemon that is burned, and it will deal damage to them every turn, so this Aegislash on the enemy team, basically worthless at this point, not a threat at all anymore. He's going to have to set up at least a Swords Dance to start being remotely relevant again, which gives me free reign to do whatever I want to this Kingdra, which is A-okay with me. The Kingdra being burned is not very relevant, though. That doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, no, I love your team, Carusi, but yeah, I know Attract is okay. I mean, hey man, when it works, it works. It's just, it's not reliable. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with Kingdra. Carusi, what's your ability on Kingdra? Because if you're running Sniper, there is an amazing set you can try that I think is really cool. And I would like to run one at some point. What you gotta do is you gotta run a Sniper Kingdra, the ability Sniper, with the held item Scope Lens, which raises your crit ratio. And with the moveset like Focus Energy, Draco Meteor, and then I guess whatever else you want, you could run like perhaps Surf and I don't know, Ice Beam, I guess, something like that. Sounds pretty swell to me. Why? Why does that set work? Well, with Scope Lens and Focus Energy, after using 1 turn of Focus Energy, you actually get a 100% crit rate, which is pretty good if I do say so myself. 100% crit rate with the Sniper ability is ridiculous. I know, right? No one knows that Scope Lens exists, man. No one uses Scope Lens. But yeah, 100% crit rate, and you get Draco Meteor, right? Which means that, Draco Meteor, every time it lowers your special attack. Well, it doesn't matter if you have a 100% crit chance, because critical hits ignore stat changes. This includes negative stats on you, as well as stat changes that your opponent uses. And Resonance making the big plays, going out into Gardevoir here. I get to soak up that Sacred Sword, easy sneezy lemon peasy, as well as any dragon moves from that Kingdra. Woo! That was nice. So yeah, the 100% the 100% crit rate on your Draco Meteor is pretty funny, because then you can keep spamming it and it doesn't yeah, it doesn't matter what your special attack stat is. And since all of your things are creating, it doesn't matter that Draco Meteor is... Yeah, with Sniper crits do more damage, it's ridiculous. Fortunately, Carusi kind of got the short end of the stick on this one. I think it's kind of... Yeah, it is unfortunate in that respect. His teammate played well, but it looks like he's not running his standard movesets, or really... I think he's using his story mode team, so it kind of puts him at a disadvantage in that regard. Flash Cannon. I really like that he's running Flash Cannon. I like that a lot. I went for the Calm Mind here because I wanted to be safe, and I didn't think he was running Flash Cannon because no one runs Flash Cannon. But you guys totally should. Oh god, I forgot that Kingdra gets Flash Cannon. That's so cool. That means that you can deal with those pesky fairies and just murder people. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. I went for the Calm Mind there to soak up whatever attack he wants to hit me with, because I know that this Jellicent here walls this Kingdra to hell and back. And now I can just kill this thing, and hopefully whatever else he sends in. I like how my teammate, he only brought 2 guys, and it hasn't been relevant at all, because he's taken, like, no damage at all. No, my special defense. Focus Energy is permanent, I believe. I believe it's like Swords Dance and all those other stat boosting moves. So I believe it is permanent until you switch out. But yeah, that Sniper Kingdra, guys, I'm just saying, it's pretty good. Oh, Moria, if you want to know what your Friend Safari is, you basically have to ask someone else who has added you, right? And you have to ask them what is in your Friend Safari. Because they'll have to explore it and check for you, because you can't go in your own Friend Safari. Yeah, I like the Flash Cannon on Kingdra, so I guess if I had to make a Kingdra, I would run Draco Meteor, Focus Energy, I guess Surf, or like Scald or something, and then Flash Cannon probably to deal those pesky fairy types. Oh my god, I lived at 1 HP! Oh god, I'm so glad I went for that Calm Mind, otherwise I wouldn't be here right now. Even though I got the special defense drop, that just means I'm at neutral special defense, and oh my goodness, Mega Gardevoir, that special defense bulk. Sona pulling through with that Aura of Perseverance, guys. What nature would I use in the Sniper Kingdra? That's a really good question. I'm gonna say Modest. But Timid is an option too. I think Timid is just as good of an option. Alright, Sona's as good as dead right now. Oh, Roche Crow. You can get HP EVs from the Gulpins, the Horde Battle, which is, I believe, Route 5. It should be to the right of Cape Frie Town, which is the town that is that has the Name Raider in it. You know, it's right next to the whole Pokemon daycare. Gulpins, so Horde Battles for the Gulpins there. Yes, okay, predicting the Sucker Punch, I did switch out into my good old Heliolisk here. That way, I know my teammate can get a free Will-O-Wisp and cripple this thing. Wow, this battle is working out surprisingly well. But something that I have has to die, I think. Even though my stuff, even though he's burned, I think he can just kill anything I have. And I don't really have anything that I want to hit him with besides a Volt Switch. Okay, that did reasonable. I don't think so, Ren. I think I might do that another day. It's hard to say. I guess it depends. Oh, Sucker Punch was directed to Jellicent? You knew I'd switch? Oh, okay. That works too, then. Yeah, I don't think so, Ren. Unless people in the chat really want to see me Nuzlocke through Pokemon Y. The fun part about my Nuzlocke run is that I will be naming the Pokemon that I catch after viewers in the chat, so that should be fun. So if you watch it live, then you get Pokemon named after you, if you're being active in the chat, and yeah. and see how long you last. Very, very, very good battle, guys. GG. Pleasure to play with you all. And my teammate did a splendid job. But in the future, we got to respect those Smogon ban lists. Not that it's a big deal. I don't really. I'm not big on it. I don't rigidly enforce that unless I see a team of like Darkrai, Dialga, Palkia, you know, all those guys. Those things are kind of a problem. But anyway, GG well played, everybody. GG well played. Hope you guys enjoyed this match.